ball up from the start.
Drew, unbelievably, Danny Frawley starting at centre-half forward for St Kilda and not on Kappa. That's been left to Elphinstone.
And that is a big change. Bob Jones wins the tap. It comes to Waterson. He gets a kick out of the centre. Oh, clash of bodies there. Merritt going in hard. It's the way we've seen him play his league football. And umpire George Lawler sees a free kick in that, and it's a push in the back to Banfield, and a St Kilda player down straight away after the clash with Roger Merritt. And it's Russell Jeffrey, and the Bears have got it on the 50, and a mark to Jim Edmund. And good to see Jim Edmund back, playing just his second game this year. He's playing his 185th game in league football, but he's wallowed in the QAFL most of this season. Edmund from 50 to get the Bears away to a good start. Right to the goal square. Merritt's there. He shepherds the ball offline and through for a behind.
There's Jeffrey in the hands of the trainers. Nixon waiting to come on. Will he be required? That remains to be seen. But Jeffrey, a heavy collision with Roger Merritt. Elphinstone to kick the ball in. A little indecisive. Rice is on for the short one. He ignores that, goes for distance towards Jones. The big fellow is up, couldn't hang on. Williams gets a hand pass to Carlson. Carlson inside 50, just inside 50, goes goalward and gets it. Back in the middle. One down by Reynoldsson, who's rucking today, as we told you. Merritt held without it. He'll take the free kick. The advantage is paid. Towards half forward goes the kick. Sheldon takes the mark, comes away. Out wide comes the kick. Richardson leads in the race. But across the boundary line it goes.
Dennis, can you explain to me how that was an advantage for the Bears side?
I have trouble with that every week, Malcolm. You know that. Many things trouble me, and that's one that really does.
Yes, that was just a kick into a congested area and a contest.
Congested by some Kilda players.
Yes.
Here's Mark Williams, and a hurried kick off the left boot. Gains about 30 metres and goes out of bounds up towards half-forward flank.
Interesting, too, the Bears have decided to start Rains outside the centre square. That surprises me a little bit.
Merritt and Jones. Bob Jones wins it. Hand pass by Rice. Hacked out of the air by Dwyer for St Kilda. Winmar over the top. It could be an important forward today. And a kick forward by Burns. No man's land at half-forward. Beautiful pick up by Walsh. Philip Walsh for the Bears. Off the left boot. Over centre wing to half-forward. Waterson's there. Good mark in front of Sheldon. Sheldon attempting to spoil. Couldn't get fist the ball.
It was a marvellous effort by Waterson, because all around him on the ground is St Kilda players. Kick comes in towards centre half-forward. McIver is tackled. The ball is jarred free. McIver to get the kick held without it. Waterson was surrounded by some Kilda players. Sheldon had the right idea. He wanted to get the ball on the ground, but he couldn't. Very strong mark on centre wing by Waterson as McIver. As a result of that good play, messes it up into Grant on the mark, and eventually they clear the zone. The kick came from Muller back towards centre wing. It's grabbed by Kennedy. He pumps it back into the forward line. Kappa outmanoeuvred, and Burns takes the mark in front.
Greg Burns towards the outer wing. Richardson climbs high from the back, punches away. Elphinstone in the path. He puts it high up towards a true centre wing position. Oh, an excellent mark by Frawley. Interesting this, that he hasn't lined up on Warwick Kappa, the St Kilda skipper, and he's come down from centre half forward to grab this mark on the wing. Frawley on the run to centre half forward. Winmar. Knocked away by Campbell. Comes to the front to Withers, their leading kick winner for the season. Merritt leads at half forward. Off to McIver. Doubt about both those players before today. Kappa. Oh, what a mark that was by Burns. Unbelievable how he got that mark. Back to McConville and up towards the wing. And the mark to Burke. Wide to Winmar, who's got it?
Mickey Winmar up towards right half forward. Not many options. The high ball goes down towards full forward. Lowe comes out. Couldn't take the mark. It falls for Reynoldsson. Richardson is on. He marks behind half back. Swings it out wide. Phil Walsh leads in the race out there. Nice little dummy. Daniel stays off him. Cat and mouse on the outer side. Eventually Walsh goes down towards centre half forward. Deft little push from behind by Waterson. The umpire had a perfect angle on it. Allowed it to go. Waterson down towards Kappa. Almost the mark to the fellow in front, Kappa. It falls to Banfield. Banfield long towards full forward. Edmund is down there. McConville on him. And McConville content to force it through for a behind. So the Bears looking quite good up forward. The Bears 1-2. And the Saints yet to score. Let's go down to Bill McDonald.
Well, Russell Jeffrey on the bench at the moment. He's got his left arm packed in ice. Looks like he's just fallen on it a bit awkwardly out there just after that Bears goal. But he should be back in the match a bit later on, just taking a rest for a little while now.
And the kick in by McConville. Contest there just outside 50. Kappa in amongst it. And spills now to Sheldon. Good play. The hand pass Coghlan into Grant, up towards the centre of the ground. Dwyer. And the Saints getting forward for one of their few times. Winmar wide. He's got a break on Jeff Rains. That should be a great contest. Winmar up short of the goal square. Lowe is there. Thumped through beautifully by Fidge. Or Taylor it was. And the ball through for St Kilda's first score. And there's Tony Lockett, the Brownlow medalist from last year, has been missing the last month for St Kilda after injury. And it's a pity that we're not seeing the two full forwards who kicked 100 last year, Capper and Lockett.
Andrew Taylor kicks in. State centre half forward for South Australia last season. Recruited there from Footscray. You played for your old club now. This is Carlson. From Woodville. Just coming through is Muller. Back towards centre wing into the path of Burke. Burke draws a man. Kennedy goes over the top. Too much carry on the hand pass for Gotch. Hardy does nicely in a tight situation. O'Keefe in trouble. Kennedy back to Hardy. They've got the numbers though, the Bears, and they'll get out of this. Hardy at half back. A high kick towards centre field. Merritt taking giant strides towards that ball, but a great mark is taken by Muller. Coming in from the side, both those players coming at about 45 degrees to each other. And Muller taking a very strong mark on the wing. Back towards centre half forward with his kick. Big leap in front. And the mark is paid to Steve Reynoldsson.
Reynoldsson, centre half back for the Bears. Breeze across the ground, right to left for Reynoldsson from there. Up towards the centre. Merritt thumps down. Coghlan outnumbered 2-1. Oh, gets it going St Kilda's way well. Burke, the youngster in the Victorian squad, Nathan Burke, to Dwyer. Puts it out in front. Great play. Burns. Met by Taylor, who forced it into a contest and forces the ball up.
Actually, it's a pretty interesting move for Rains being played on Winmar, but he has played a lot of football at half-back flank, especially after half-time this year, Rains. It's interesting that he's just been moved there straight away onto Winmar.
Bounce inside 50 metres. The Saints attacking zone. O'Keefe out of the congestion. Back towards centre wing, where a good mark is taken on the fly there by Grant. Coming back with the flight of the ball. Marking overhead. Resolute defender. Grant chips across towards the centre of the ground. Dwyer takes the mark. Awkward hand pass. Went behind Nixon, but he gets his kick in. Will contest in the pocket. Big Lowe takes a very strong mark down there. Here's a strong son of a gun, Lowe. Using his body on Taylor.
If you look at this in replay again, he really did just force Andrew Taylor then early, just early enough to get his hands, big hands around the ball, and here's an excellent mark to Stuart Lowe.
Speaking of big, there's a big crowd at the St Kilda Social Club today watching this game. And they'll be willing this through. Lowe. Willing isn't everything. Out of bounds on the full in the right full forward pocket.
That was terrible. Now, the breeze is crossing from there, but it's not a hurricane.
A low point.
Brad Hardy to bring it in for the Bears. Oh, this is close to the boundary line. Waterson comes to the front of the pack. Burke does well. Oh, trouble here, Gotch. And the ball's knocked away, but Gotch got one high and will take the free kick. And Bradley Gotch is only about 20 to 25 metres out from goal. Let's hope he gets it closer than Lowe.
Well, I must admit, I thought that from the angle that I was on, that looked fairly soft indeed. Bradley Gotch was almost untouched.
Gotch for the first goal for the Saints. He missed it to the left. So it's the Bears 1-2, St Kilda 2 behinds. 6 points the difference.
There's Taylor. With 16:25 and counting down, remaining in the term. Taylor, the grandstand side, high kick. Bounces obligingly into the path of Campbell. Campbell gets a second opportunity. Moved about 3 off him. Peter-Budge will get the free kick. Campbell got to his back, so Peter-Budge has this ball on centre wing. Peter-Budge will centre it. Goes towards centre half forward with a kick. Big pack at the fall of the ball. Trying to knock on was Burns. Wide of the congestion. An opportunity for Coghlan, battling with him Waterson, who tries to knock it out. This is O'Keefe, back to Waterson, can't find the ball in there. Eventually knocks it to the advantage of Banfield. Campbell lost the ball. Well played, Matthew Campbell. And he's claimed from behind a strong tackle by Daniels. They're going in solidly, and the umpire will ball it up. The umpires today, George Lawler, Mike Snedden, it's Peter Knights. And there's the time remaining. Ball up midway between right centre wing and right half forward. Neither ruckman touched that one. Kennedy blanketed off the boot. Coughlin with courage, won it nicely. Gets it across towards Dwyer, surrounded by Bears. That was ambitious. Wanted far too much time. Robbed of it by Williams, who gets it to Waterson, who's playing well. But he gets it away. Muller takes the mark. Hand passes to McConville.
And McConville's kick wide out to the wing. Marked here by Burns, the trotting driver. Support from Rice. And Rice make up one of the youngest centre lines, you just about have to say, in league football history. Daniels 17, Dwyer 19 and Rice 20. This has gone straight to Waterson, back towards the centre. Nixon, who came off the bench in the first minute. And there's Williams at the front of the pack. And Mark Williams gets the free kick. He's wallowed in the QAFL as well this season. Some doubt about his future career at the Bears, but he's played the last couple. Walsh up towards half forward. Oh, in front, McConville, an excellent mark in front of Jimmy Edmund.
That was a good mark. McConville, about 30 metres out from his own defensive goal. Goes for the short pass, well directed. Rice takes the mark. Gets it across at close quarters to Sheldon. And kicks through centre wing. Clears Rains and Winmar. First to arrive will be Burke and O'Keefe. Picked up by Rains to Hardy. Hardy, awkward looking kick. Banfield at full stretch, couldn't rake it in. Gotch comes away, centres the ball, intended for Coughlin. In from the side, McIver knocks it forward. Waterson dragged off it. McIver a second opportunity to Hardy. Hardy across half-back, goes in short, taken by Richardson. Richardson takes a divot. It goes to Dwyer. Dwyer pumps it into the forward line. The Saints have got the numbers down there, leading up from full forward. Lowe takes the mark. Can he make amends?
You know, Frank Coughlin made 3 tackles then.
Yeah, it's great stuff. In fact, looking at this, it was a great kick. Andrew Taylor really had no chance from behind. And Lowe, interesting move this. I saw him 3 weeks ago, Dennis. He absolutely blitzed them at centre-half forward with a lot of marks.
This kick is away to the right, coming back actually against the breeze, and doesn't miss by a lot, but it's another behind to the Saints. They're 3 behinds, and the Bears are 1 goal 2.
Interesting move this. Andrew Taylor played centre-half forward, as you said, in the stateside. Was a former All-Australian Teal Cupper at full-back for Victoria.
And Taylor kicks in. Teal Cup in Canberra this week, starting on Tuesday. McIver. Oh, beautiful play by Scott McIver. Out to Campbell, through the centre circle. He's got support by Richardson up in defence. Great play by the Bears. The pass is low to Kappa. Spins on the bounce. 40 metres out. Evades a tackle. Goes for goal. And it's his first for 3 weeks. Well done, Warwick.
Bounce one down by Jones. Gotch gets it across to no one in particular. Walsh going against the tie. They battle after it. Waterson tries to get a kick out of the congestion. Doesn't. And it will be balled up. The Bears 2-2. The Saints 3 points. Bounce down right in the middle. Certainly the Bears looking a lot more fluent at the present time. St.Kilda scrambling the ball forward, as they do there. Hurried kick by Gotch. Overrun by Kennedy. The Bears, some indecision. Banfield and O'Keefe collided. Trying to come away with it. Dwyer flicks it back through his legs. Goes again, but all to no avail. O'Keefe a long kick down towards centre-half forward. Edmund is going to get a free kick in front. Well, there's been a lot of body in that contest so far, Edmund and McConville. And generally, if you look back, I think the player who's been in front has got a free every time.
Yes, actually, they're 2 very similar players, Dennis. They do use their body, and they both can mark the football. But a real opportunity now for Edmund.
Jim Edmund. It's a magnificent kick. Hits the post about 2/3 of the way up. He started it right, so the Breeze would just push it across. They didn't push it far enough. Kick in from Muller. Out towards the attacking ring. That's ambitious, but the mark is taken out there by Elphinston.
Rob Elphinston at half-back flank, up short of the wing. Oh, no chance here for St Kilda. Easy mark for Richardson. Off the left boot to centre-half forward, Merritt. Oh, good mark in front of Muller. He goes down hurt with another clash with Merritt. Short pass. Comes to the back, chance for the Bears. But Banfield's the only one back there. Nixon for the Saints. Close to the boundary line, this kick. He's put it out of bounds on the full. And it's bad for Muller, who is down in the hands of the trainers. And I couldn't blame Roger Merritt for that. But 2 clashes with Roger Merritt looked like costing St Kilda 2 players in the first 15 minutes. Centering kick. Oh, there's Merritt again. Elphinston. The hand pass away to Coghlan. Straight up the centre of the ground is beautiful. Dwyer
wanted to go. The tackle was laid by Kennedy. St Kilda a little bit lucky there. Rice gets it across to Coghlan. The Bears tackling relentlessly, but Rice comes away from half-back. Muller's coming off the ground as Rice kicks towards half-forward. The mark is taken by Rains.
In fact, that was very similar to Dennis's yesterday from Carlton. It was just pure bad luck.
Yeah, that's a tragedy. Dennis has been a great player for Carlton this season, playing well yesterday when he was injured. Now Grant takes the mark in defence. Now Muller in the hands of the trainers, hobbling off. No one likes to see that. This is Winmar on centre wing, shows some speed, gets away from Rains, has a bounce, goes down towards the 50-metre line with a kick and a strong mark, almost taken by Budge. Almost been paid as the ball ricocheted across the boundary line. There's Muller coming off, and here's how it happened.
Actually comes from behind, and you'll see his planted leg give as his knee gives way.
I don't think we'll see him back to that. Here's O'Keefe from centre half-back. Past Nixon it goes. Merritt's been an important cog today. Nixon in the back and will take the free kick. Well, Nixon was the first interchange onto the ground for St Kilda. They'll now have their second on from just behind the centre circle. Up to centre half forward. Low out number 2-1. Reynolds-son the punch. Player held there, a Bears player. And a free kick to Mark Withers, who is in the Victorian squad. And later on might find out that he's playing for Victoria in Perth. He's a Tasmanian representing the Brisbane Bears. Can you work that out?
There's Phil Walsh with a kick on the outer side. The defensive side of centre wing will drive towards centre half forward with a kick. A long raking kick. Carries Merritt as the intended target. Jones gets back. Coming through is Jeffrey, so he's back on the ground. Seems to be okay. Meantime, Rice has the ball in front of him. Great commitment from Rice and Williams. Full credit to both players as a result of Rice's good work and opportunity for Burke. Burke goes out wide towards right half forward. Coming up is Gotch. Gathers the ball on the 50-metre mark. Oh, a shocking effort to get it over the top to Lowe. Lowe cruises in. Misses Hardy and the ball spills out of bounds. Gotch was thinking there as we watch the ice go on. That left knee of Muller. Boundary throw in. One down by Reynolds-son. Does well for them on the ball. This is Withers. Gets it across to Williams. Back to Withers. Little 1-2. Withers brings it towards the grandstand wing. McIver. Always going to be his ball. Scott McIver on centre wing.
Bears outplaying St Kilda at the start of the game, leading by 2 goals. There's a good mark by Nixon. A presidential mark. Now to Rice. Goes long towards centre half forward. Lowe is there. Oh, by Taylor! Did he ever do that for you at Woodville?
He certainly did.
He taught it.
It was a great mark. He really had to sit on the pack, and he can do that very well. And really, perhaps up forward, he can even do it better.
Here's Reynolds-son near the wing. Gets the hand pass away to Walsh. Nobody in front of Philip Walsh. He loves to go for a sprint. Daniels closes the gap. Beautiful play, Walsh. To centre half forward. Kappa leading. Kappa still in the chop. Out to McIver. Inside 50. Nobody in the goal square. This will be close. Across the face of goals for behind.
2-4 to 3 points. Let's go down again to Bill McDonald. Bill?
Well, not good news for the St Kilda side. Ian Muller on the bench there. You're right, it was his knee. He said he heard a fairly loud crunch when he fell down, so he's in a fair bit of pain down here. It's in ice at the moment, and unlikely he'll take much further part in the match.
The Bears go forward again. Carlson kicks it down to Waterson. He started in the centre square. I mentioned that Rains was out. Waterson was the player who came into that centre foursome. And he's been very busy so far. One of the drones, if you like. A worker bee, gets into everything. You'll find him at the base of packs, and now you find him kicking from about 40 metres out and getting some glory. It's a goal.
Well, there's certainly no wind advantage to the Brisbane Bears. They've just outplayed St Kilda in this first quarter. And the Bears like to come back home. They've had a couple of down weeks in Melbourne. 2 goals only against Hawthorn. Here goes McIver's kick to half forward. Reynolds-son, second grab. The umpire paid the mark. 55 metres out from goal. Stephen Reynolds-son met his parents over lunch. They're up to see Stephen play up from Ocean Grove. So he takes the kick from about 60. On the edge of the goal square. Oh, McIver hands to it, or Merritt it was. No mark. Comes to the back to Elphinston under pressure. Cogley. Out to Burke. And St Kilda clearing this one. They're still looking for their first goal, St Kilda. Dean Rice. He had Burke as an option. He goes to Dwyer. Bumped by Rains, but he left his opponent Winmar behind. Space here. Burns inside 50. Goes long. Taylor's back there. Comes to McConville on the forward line, who goes. No, touched off the boot. And a behind only.
As that play started to drill, I was just about to say that McConville's been moved to the full forward line and Low out to centre-half forward. And Danny Frawley now under Merritt at centre-half back.
Dwyer's in the hands of the trainers now as Mark Williams marks the kick in. It's good work by Taylor on the goal line. There's Low up the ground, as Malcolm was saying, taking this mark on centre wing. Breaking down across half forward at the present time. Low sends it out towards the defensive pocket. One doubts the wisdom of that too. They're bringing it to the wrong side of the ground, I would say, as the ball is forced out of bounds. And they're going in there from set plays. Reynoldsson is coming off and McCarthy is coming on through the interchange for the Bears. So just for the moment, the Bears don't have a ruckman. One forward by O'Keefe nevertheless. Hurried kick by Waterson back towards centre wing, and Grant takes the mark. Grant's told he played on. That was news to him. Backhands it across towards Jones. He was given plenty of time after being told he'd played on, Grant, as Jones kicks it down towards half forward. Burns! Not played. Opportunity behind for Richardson, but a throw is called on Low. Now the advantage is paid. Up goes the big fellow Jones, and he takes the mark. From the prone position, he gets it across to Grant. Grant goes down towards half forward. Now he pulls it back, trying to get it to centre half forward. Burns, was he pushed in the back? Yes, he was.
Actually, Greg Burns has played well so far for the Saints. A veteran in this lineup of youngsters. Goes the short pass. That put McConville under the hammer. Comes to Rains. Jolted out of his hands, goes to Waterson. Very high kick. Not a lot of distance in that. Oh, marked by Merritt.
He almost looked as though he wasn't going to go then, and then one late lunge.
Across to Walsh, who didn't seem to have an opponent there. Has a bounce, sets himself up for a run on a long kick. Wide here for Edmund. Support Carlson. Oh, he's ridden forward in the tackle, but no whistle on that. Jeffrey back on the ground after being injured in the first minute. Rice and Kennedy. Ball went out, said the umpire, just as Dean Rice was bolting off with it. They were not happy with it. Now, the umpire might have a word with him. Is that a 50?
Three.
See, that's a terrific lesson for any young player. I mean, you just don't do that. There's disappointments in life and football. You just don't do that.
Waterson towards half forward. Frawley punches away, taken by Jones to Sheldon. Sheldon from right half back, centering kick. Dwyer. They came at him from all directions, and Dwyer's getting a free kick. Stood his ground well. Eyes only for the football. Dwyer towards half forward. That's the side of the ground they should be working. Winmar left it behind. As a result, the Bears come away. O'Keefe to McCarthy. McCarthy long to half forward. McIver almost the mark. To his fingertips. Regains the ball. Shovels it out. Carlson over it now. Wide to Withers. He'll want his left foot. Tracking him is Sheldon. Oh, Sheldon brought that far too easily. Withers. Long kick. Back across the goal face. And the mark is taken by Jones.
Well, Bob Jones in his first season from Tasmania has filled in beautifully for Warren Jones out with a broken arm. Centre of the ground, Burns again. Greg Burns doing really well. Puts it very wide. Daniels overruns. Has a chance to get back at it. John Peter-Budge picks up. Runs inside 50. Long left foot of the goal square. Hardy the only one there. Helped out now by O'Keefe, who dropped it. Off the ground, McConville a goal.
By 12 points, and we have about 2 minutes remaining in the term. Made heavy weather of it, but the advantage of taking that ball to the outer side, he can move it very quickly with a long kick. Peter-Budge did that. This is Dwyer over the top, taken by Kennedy. Boots it towards the outer side. Nixon in front out there, being tracked by Carlson. Strong shepherd from Peter-Budge. Nixon goes down towards half forward, intended for Gotch, and he takes the running mark. Too far out to score, but it's in the right spot. Gotch in short, intended for McConville on a lead. In close attendance is Taylor, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will be thrown in.
Interesting there, Dennis. Dwyer's first handball in the centre was never on. Under pressure and trying to handle at 180 degrees is just not on. Just a quick kick. would have had the same result for St. Kilda.
Winmar did the ruck work and then applied a very good tackle. Burns trying to force the ball through. Over it was Williams, knocks it out to accommodate Richardson. Rains had it jarred away. Well played by Dwyer on the ground, pumped it forward. Clever hand pass McConville. Good tackle Withers on Winmar. Great hand pass Burke to Rice, and Rice goes in and gets the goal. Or was it Coughlin who shoveled it out? It may have been Coughlin. Whoever got the ball out did very well.
It's been a very lively player, Dean Rice, one of the youngsters, has been mentioned. There we see the handball coming out to Rice, and Rice very, very lively on this wing, and part of the very young Saints centre line.
Yeah, when you've got three guys, 17, 19 and 20, and nearly be a league record. Back in the centre, and St Kilda have come back into this game with the last two goals to trail by just 6 points. Walsh puts it out in front of Rains. Gets a kindly bounce. Beautiful kicker of the football, Jeff Rains. Look at that. McIver at least 45, 50 metres away. Scott McIver goes for distance. Capper's down there, 1 out. Well, taken away off, well, a shame for Banfield. He gathered the ball well, but missed with his kickback and kicked it behind.
Interesting. I watched
St Kilda in for a couple of easy goals. Now they're back in the match, so St Kilda, here they go again. Back to you in the commentary position.
Start of the second quarter, and a 7-point lead to the Brisbane Bears. And they work it forward from the centre circle. Withers on the right boot, up towards half forward. Chance here for Edmund. From about 48 metres. This is close. Capper's there. Well, he'd have been better to let that go. That was going goalwards, but he got a fingernail to it, and he's cost them 5 points.
Well, I don't know. I think you've got to make those decisions when you're running back and you don't know anything. I really do think he did the right thing there, Drew, that I'd rather grab hold of the ball than try and guess.
There's another shot by Edmund, and it's blocked by McConville, by Elphinston, and through for it behind. I'm not sure whether I give it a rush behind or one to Edmund. I think I might give it rush, because otherwise Edmund will have 3 behinds.
Why are St Kilda kicking at that side? Well, they're not now. They did last time. Elphinston, the grandstand side. This is the defensive side. Dwyer grabs it. Miscues in towards the middle. Rice is over the ball. With ease, runs around Richardson. That's a good-looking kick into the forward line. McConville is down there in front. It's fisted away by Taylor. Opportunity forward for Gotch. He collides with O'Keefe. O'Keefe grabs the ball. Gotch grabs him. And the umpire moves in the ball it up.
See, that was terrific contest from the two of them then. Bradley Gotch and Philip Walsh. Great stuff over the ball.
David O'Keefe up limping a bit. Huge pack around this, about 40 metres from goal. Lowe wins the tap, goes goalwards. O'Keefe smothered and holding the ball, says the umpire. Well, did he have a show of getting that one out? It's going to be a St Kilda free kick to Winmar, right in front, and about 45 metres from goal. Bit tough, wasn't it?
Well, it's got to be careful, I suppose. I think there's been a couple of decisions.
Mel would like to see a replay, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad, really, quite frankly.
So Winmar, beautiful looking kick, and he drills it for a goal.
Restarts. Jones opposed to Reynoldsson. Taken by Burke, who boots him towards half forward. Winmar was up in front, controls it brilliantly on the ground, knocked away eventually by Richardson, but in reaching for that ball, Richardson went over the shoulder of Winmar. He takes a tumble. He's too far out to score, I'd venture to say. He'll put this one deep. McConville comes on a lead. He honours that beautiful pass. Bounces off McConville's ample chest. He goes cannoning into Carlson, and Carlson's going to get a free kick. It was a beautiful pass. It came very quickly, and McConville couldn't hang on. So Carlson has this ball about 40 metres out from his own defensive goal. Comes to the defensive side of the ground. Up was Rice, fisting it forward. Richardson out wide to Walsh. Has the ball at right half back. Good hand pass into the path of Williams. Williams from centre wing centres the ball. Out comes Kappa. Knocked away well by Elphinston. Overrun by Edmund. Picked up by Sheldon. Good defensive football. Lays it off. Elphinston comes up through the middle and finds Burns alongside the centre circle.
Greg Burns certainly hasn't let them down. Fingertipper here to Coughlin, and he gets around Carlson easily. St Kilda have started this quarter a lot better. Wide to Winmar, whose 2 kicks have been beautiful. 1 a goal and 1 too fast for the lead. Comes to Burke. Goes high. 3 against 3. St Kilda at the back of the pack. Chance for Jason Daniels, the schoolboy. In he goes. McConville for goal from 35 metres. And he's put the Saints in front.
We've got the stretcher out there, so play is halted. And Campbell really came crashing to the turf. The pack sort of gave way underneath him. And he fell very heavily on his left shoulder. Here we go.
He goes early and... Oh, it's sort of his shoulder and half his head. Yeah, it's a very nasty fall.
Full credit to him. He's up on his feet now. Shaken, but ready to go on with things. A good sight as the stretcher comes off empty. Matthew Campbell, I think, will jog off the ground under his own steam. Pidge is waiting to come on. He seems to be quite okay, but obviously would be a little shaken by all of that. He really did come crashing down, Campbell. So John Pidge hasn't seen much action in recent times. He's been plugging away in the QAFL. Back in the big time this afternoon. Jones thumps it out of the centre. Taken by Walsh. And Kilda had started this term very well indeed. Banfield takes the mark at left half forward. The Saints have simply kept plugging away and find themselves in front. Banfield, long kick, down towards full forward. Edmund works his way to the front, couldn't hang on. It spills, diving on top of it, Grant. Colliding with him, McIver. McIver lunging in there. The ball locked between the pair. It'll be a ball up.
Matthew Campbell would be seen start. And he hit the ground from about a second-storey building there. Jones taps out, goes to McIver, up towards the goal square. Nobody back there for the Bears. And it's happily run through by Elphinston for a behind. So the Bears got the first 3 goals of the match, and St Kilda the last 4. 2 in the first quarter and 2 to start the second quarter. And they lead by 2 points at the moment. Big mark by Nixon.
Nixon plays on quickly. Gets it across to Burke. He goes over the top with a hand pass, sending this man away, Peter-Budge. Around the outer side he goes. He runs it through wing. He proceeds down towards right half forward. Long kick. In from the side, Winmar couldn't hang on. Quarter of the pack, an opportunity for Winmar again. Gee, arrived quickly. Taylor seemed to have that ball covered. Claiming a kick there is range. That's ambitious, and the umpire will move in and ball it up. But Winmar in from the side. Came down running and was on the loose ball. He really does have a touch of magic, Nicky Winmar. Backhander from low. Rains. Back towards the middle of the ground. Awkward bounce from McIver. Jones alone. It's across to Peter-Budge. He goes down towards right half forward. Short to Burns. Picks it up nicely on the half volley. Goes over the top. Taken now by Burke. Burke from 50 metres. Is off target. Through it goes for a minor score. So St Kilda push along to 4-5. And the Bears are 3-8. Let's go down again to Bill.
Bill McDonald for a report on Matthew Campbell.
Well, Matthew Campbell just sitting on the bench at the moment. That fall, a fairly heavy knock, just a bit of concussion, and hopefully returning to take part in the match a bit later on.
St Kilda just outside half forward here. Lowe gets it wide across to the attacking side. Peter-Budge has been an important cog in this move, and his kick towards the goal square floats away and goes out of bounds on the bounce for throw in the left forward pocket. John Peter-Budge has had a number of kicks this quarter, almost unattended out there on the attacking side of the ground. Another chance here for the Saints. Lowe. Burns been a top player. Reynoldson back to Hardy. Not much distance with this. Hasn't get cleared 50 yet. But Mark Williams makes sure it goes out of play.
Ball will be thrown in. Mark Williams, a member of this team after some speculation a few weeks back. There he is with customary courage over the ball. Gives it to Withers. Withers across half back. Run down from behind. Ball jarred free by the tackle of Daniels. It comes across to Coughlin. Coughlin goes goalward. Wide of the mark, out of bounds on the full in the right full forward pocket. So the Saints lead by 3 points. The short pass comes across, intended for Rains. Brilliantly done by Burke. On the boundary, Burke hits the post halfway up. It's a good effort from there. The breeze directly from behind Burke that time. The distance was never going to be a problem. If you take it out there either side, you're flirting with danger. There's Tony Lockett looking on. Interestingly, in the last few weeks, they've kicked only 18 goals in their last 3 matches, in fact, the Saints. So they're missing that man down forward, but they're in front at the moment with a low score. Rice does well, as did Carlson. Gotch overran it, flicked out by Richardson. Walsh at close quarters to Williams. Williams high towards centre wing, intended for and finding Waterson.
Waterson on the centre wing, up towards half forward. Big mark over the top by Sheldon. You don't expect the back pocket to take marks like that. He's found a niche for himself in league football after roving for most of his career, back in the back pocket. Centre of the ground, thumped forward by Williams. Goes to Reynoldsson. Oh, beautiful hand pass to Withers. And Withers drives it long. Capper a chance or a goal. A goal by Withers.
In front now. They lead by 2 points. Reynoldsson decisively down to Williams. Knocked on by Waterson. Awkward bounce, but it came back to Waterson. He kicks it down towards the 50-metre line. Withers an opportunity yet again. Great courage shown by Sheldon. Eventually it's picked up by Jeffrey. He swings it wide towards centre wing. Getting the race out there is Gotch, close to the boundary line. Williams trying to corral him. Gotch drawing Williams. Goes over the top to Peter-Budge. Peter-Budge has the ball at right half forward. Pulls it back. Intended for Lowe. He couldn't hang on. Picked up by Richardson to Hardy. Slugs a tackle. He's a very hard man to tackle, is Brad Hardy. Long kick back towards the outer side, but Gotch stands his ground, takes the mark under no pressure, centres it. Dwyer has it now, 60 metres out Dwyer. The kick not a particularly good one. It's taken by McConville. 2 Bears fell over. McConville turns around and he hits the post. Well, the luck against the Saints at the present time. That man breathes a sigh of relief. McConville, the only man left standing, couldn't get the goal from 30 metres out.
We've had 3 posters at that end, 2 to the Saints and 1 to the Bears. Big pack here. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Umpire Mike Snedden, and it'll go to Peter McConville. 65 metres out from goal. Not a great kick. Oh, Keith Bobbles an easy one here. In trouble. Burns tackles. Helped out by Waterson. Thumped away by Williams, but a chance for Jones. Carlson. Met by Nixon, and Carlson goes for the boundary line.
I think that Andrew Taylor's done serviceably at full-back. McConville is a different type of player to Lowe. I think that probably the Bears have got to do something there and use the Andrew Taylor attacking mode somewhere else.
The Bears lead by a point. Waterson pushed straight back out of bounds. 15 minutes left in the second quarter. 4-8 plays 4-7. Free kick paid, actually.
They're given for a push in the back. So Waterson has the ball. The defensive side of centre wing goes down towards half forward. Up goes Sheldon. Likes the high right, but his man's waiting behind the pack, so he pays the price. This is Withers across to McIver. He'll want his left foot. In fact, he uses his right brilliantly. Superbly done. And he finds Edmund about 35 metres out directly in front. Well, McIver, you can see him measuring his options there.
If you look at this in replay, it is almost the perfect play. Defenders naturally go to goal, Dennis, and of course Edmund went the other way. Great kick.
Edmund, who hit the post in the first term, has missed this one to the right-hand side narrowly. So the Bears increase their lead. It's out to 2 points, 4-9 to 4-7. This game has changed complexion appreciably since quarter time. The Bears looking by far the more direct side in the first quarter, despite what the figures told us at quarter time. But the Saints now doing it with aggression and willing work out there. Offhand, it's taken by Kennedy as the Bears try and work it back into their attacking zone. Williams finds Withers. Withers drops the mark. Rice left without the ball, dives back in, then throws it out to the advantage of Frawley. The skipper was desperate. Well played, St.Kilda. Jeffrey comes away and boots it towards the middle. Peter-Budge will fly from behind. Couldn't take the mark, finds it on the ground, surrounded by Bears. Hand passes into the face of Grant. It ricochets across to Waterson, and Withers takes a difficult mark, having missed the sitter.
Mark Withers, 55 metres out. He kicked the goal earlier from 60. He gets around. Oh, he's caught from behind. No, he gets away. 45. Goes for his second for the term, and has kicked it. Oh, just touched right on the line. No, it made it. Leading by 8 points. Withers 2 goals this quarter. Walsh stumps forward. McIver back to Philip Walsh. Round on the left boot, up the half forward. Edmund leading. Good spoil by Jeffrey. Goes to Peter-Budge, who's having a picnic this quarter out there. Up towards half forward he goes. O'Keefe in front. Not a great kick by Peter-Budge on the run. David O'Keefe at half-back. Goes in short, and the mark taken there by Kennedy, was it? Up the ground he goes. Here go the Bears again. The hand pass comes in. Waterson, beautiful pass, and Jim Edmund has taken the mark. Now, I don't know whether I've scored correctly, but I've got him for 4 behinds. Might be being a little bit unkind, but he kicked 8 one game last year against Geelong at Geelong when the Bears won their second game in the competition.
I think he'd learned from his previous kick, and what he would do here, he started off left. He's got to learn from the last kick.
This from 45 is good. No, it gets across to the right again. Well, this could be a record behind tally.
My word, it started left. It kept going.
I give up. I can't call goals anymore.
I think we thought there was a computer error on the first one. It kicks in to Rice. There's the fullback. There's Elfin still, and the mark is taken by Rice. Rice goes across the ground. Coming back with courage there was Daniels. Couldn't take the mark, but goes again. Was taken high. The advantage is played. The hand pass comes across from Peter-Budge to Dwyer. Dwyer goes down towards full forward. There's been interference to McConville, not according to the umpire. Mark is taken by Brad Hardy. Chips it out wide. Kennedy, he drops the mark. The Bears' marking has been lamentable in this term. Over the ball is Nixon. Down he goes. The whistle is gone. It's going to be a Saints free in there. It'll go to Winmar for a tackle too high. Someone crashing into him while he was on the ground. Winmar, low trajectory kick, a beauty. And he finds McConville on the lead.
Yes, as I mentioned before, different type of player, McConville. As we look at this in replay here, and what a great kick and terrific skills from McConville. He really needs to block that area up, and Andrew Taylor's going to have a lot of trouble with McConville's leading.
So McConville will kick from about 25 metres out. And what's he done? I think he's got the goal. He has. And it's 5-10 to 5-7. The Bears lead by 3 points.
And McConville up there is proving a great fill-in there with Tony Lockett out, and of course Rod Owen is out as well. But what about 3 kicks up from the forward line by Winmar this quarter? 1 kicked the goal, 1 was a mark to McConville, and 1 McConville couldn't mark because it was too fast.
Jones will do the ruck work opposed to Reynoldson. 1 down by the former. It's sharked in there though by Waterson. High kick towards half forward. Strong mark is taken by Sheldon. And a couple of good ones this afternoon. Swings it out wide. Peter-Budge is marking him. He's been free for the entire quarter. Gets it across to Burke. Burke goes on a searching run. Has 1 bounce. A second. It comes down towards right half forward. Centering kick. In the pocket. Gotch is up. Should have taken that mark. Hardy gets it to Rains. Rains does well. O'Keefe, having a strange sort of a day. He's always where the ball is, but he's made a couple of mistakes. Hardy, not a particularly good kick out of defence. It's all Saints out there. There's that man again, Peter-Budge, over the top. Jones has it. He's at right half forward. Jones goes in short. McConville pitches awkwardly in front of him. He leads back in the race, but the boundary line is too near.
3 points the difference. The Bears lead 40 to 37. And St Kilda in attack again. Low against Reynoldson. Through the legs of Winmar. Flicked out by Nixon. Comes to Winmar. On the turn, 50 metres out. Pulled off his kick. Williams. Short of the centre. 2 youngsters here. Carlson and Daniels. Daniels in his back. And Darren Carlson will take the free kick. Touched off the boot. Goes to Frawley, who's been out of the action somehow. In goes Daniels off. Beautiful pick up. Back to Frawley. Oh, ball not bouncing too well. Can't find a handle on that one. Just evades the tackle. Puts it out wide. 2-1 St Kilda. And a good mark for Gotch, the smallest man there, into Coghlan. And he gets a push in the back and a free kick 60 metres from goal.
A great team play then by Lowe to let Gotch mark that ball and give St Kilda a real opportunity now to get back in front.
Very high kick. Taylor, the man from Woodville.
Yes, I really would like to see Andrew Taylor on the forward line. He can do that with his great marking skill.
Nice spot to put it. 3 against 1. 4 against 1. But Merritt's fighting a valiant fight, but he's been penalised, and the kick will be taken by Dwyer. Dwyer from half-back, back into the forward line. Taylor very McConville conscious. McConville got to his back. On the ground, it's Nixon. Bad luck for St. Kilda. The hand pass intended for Gotch went to Hardy. He gets it back to Walsh. Walsh at half-back. Chip pass. Williams. No runners down the ground for him. Withers wants the short one. I venture to say that's the best option. Withers takes the mark. Still the defensive side at centre wing. Now he'll cut in. Put the ball, I think, down towards Banfield. Banfield and Sheldon. Well done by the latter. Fisting away. Richardson, forward of the pack. Battling there with Coughlin. Dragged off it by Coughlin. Grant tries to get it out. Back comes Richardson. And the umpire has called for it.
Overcast, but fairly warm conditions here. No rain during the match, although we had rain earlier on this morning on the Gold Coast. Don't seem to be able to crack it for a fine sunny day too often up here. Comes to Carlson. Hurried right footer up towards half forward. Sheldon again. Oh, buried. Need a spade to get him up. Oh. And well played by Ken Sheldon. Across to Jeffrey. His kick very wide. Dive by Grant and a mark just inside the line. Kick by David Grant. Lowe's there. Didn't attempt the mark. Coughlin. Well played, Frank Coughlin. He had 3 to beat. Couldn't quite beat the third one. Walsh. Good pass. On his knees, Banfield.
Banfield uses Carlson as a decoy, then cuts back inside. High kick. Edmund. Strong mark in front. So Edmund proving a good foil for Kappa. It gives them a couple of options. It was well played initially by Banfield, who indicated he was going to punch the ball to Carlson. A couple of St. Kilda players peeled off to that. He came back in, and now Edmund pops it across to Reynoldson, who can kick it a long way. The angle a little better here because of the breeze. Reynoldson started in the ruck today. High and left out of the original 20. Reynoldson kicks from 45. And has missed to the right-hand side, so it's something akin to the Bermuda Triangle down there. The ball always going across to the right. 5-11, 5-7. Elphinston to kick it in. Elphinston deep towards the boundary line. The defensive side, Crawley, almost a spectacular mark. Now Merritt, 45 metres out, centering kick and a good one. Kappa and Edmund. Edmund again.
It was great team play then from Roger Merritt. Very, very disciplined to kick it back to the front of the goal square. As we look at that again, coming through, Edmund just so much stronger than anybody else in that pack.
In his previous form, he's about 10 to 1 against.
Well, he's made allowances this time. It's another behind.
I've got that 6 behind.
It's a goal.
He might as well have had one kid. Elphinston kicks in, and Rice marks at half-back. So it's a 5-point lead to the Bears, but if Edmund had kicked straight, it could have been about 5 goals. Coughlin on centre wing. Centering pass, Bob Jones. He's got Peter-Budge again. Goes for Burns. He's still got Peter-Budge if he wants him. Burns goes long. Lead by McConville. Lowe's there as well. Winmar, 40 metres. Just misses. In fact, doesn't just miss, goes out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in the forward pocket and a chance for the Saints to hit the front if they can get a goal out of this, and it's 5-12 to 5-7.
I think that probably Jeff Rangers will go back into the centre after half-time. Not that Winmar's been best on ground. I just think they've missed that creativity of Range in the centre.
4.5 minutes remaining in this half then as the ball is worked towards the outer side by Waterson. Hand pass comes across to Burke from Peter-Budge. Centering kick, and the mark is taken in defence by Taylor. Chips it out wide. Walsh. A half of mistakes, certainly. Walsh goes over the top. The run of Taylor. Richardson in support. Taylor doesn't require that. He boots it towards centre wing. It wasn't a good kick. Sheldon coming in the opposite direction. Tries to keep it in. Can't do that, and the ball will be thrown in.
He can mark Andrew Taylor, but can he kick? He kicked that like a bag of spuds.
I don't think Peter Knights was all that wrapped. There's the throw in. Jones held on to. There was no free kick. Rice in all sorts of trouble, dispossessed. Withers runs into a dead end, gets it on though. Williams has it. Try to be very ambitious and pull it back to Walsh, who was calling for it. Eventually, Reynoldson comes away from the pack with the ball. couple of lines down there causing the players a little concern, I think. Eventually, Kennedy got it to Walsh to Williams. Williams goes out wide. It pitches just in front of McIver and then runs out of bounds.
Well, an entertaining game. Closeness of the scores helping. 5-12 the Bears, 5 goals, 7 St Kilda. The Bears beat the Saints at Moorabbin earlier on, but the Saints beat the Bears up here last year. So what does home ground advantage count for? Umpire says there's a push in the back. George Lawler, and the free kick goes to McCarthy. Forward of the wing. Puts it wide, 2 against 2. Kappa's there, Edmund as well. Bump to the back, Sheldon. Got rid of it in a big hurry. McIver, back to Carlson. From the boundary line, a centre to Edmund again. He's been superb, but can't kick the nuts. Back he goes with a hand pass to Withers, and Withers kicks the goal. In this quarter, I've added 3-7, and Withers has kicked 3 straight. So that's a big contribution.
Bob Jones, tireless worker. He really is an honest performer, starting league football late. Across from Tasmania this season, wins it down in the middle. Coughlin going nowhere with it, but Rice has it now. Rice, intelligent hand pass. Burns, a tough customer, brushes off one bear, goes long down towards full forward. McConville in from the side. Ball hasn't been touched. Eventually, it's grabbed by Fidge. Fidge the hand pass out. Rains gets it across to Withers, and they'll bring it away. Withers towards the outer side. Campbell is back.
Jones. And it's a free kick, pushing the back. Free kick to St Kilda. To Dean Rice. Kick by Rice. Good distance. McConville tries to work his way to the front. Didn't get first touch. Oh, down goes Coughlin. Got one in the head. Kick comes out wide from the Bears' defence. Daniels and Carlson after that. Burns playing well. Oh, he's used to the packs at Moonee Valley. Greg Burns. There's Taylor, number 26. Can't keep the ball in, and the ball goes out on the 50-metre line.
Waterson coming to meet him hard there. Did well for the Bears. There's the boundary throw in. 7-12, 5-7. Handy lead for the Bears. They can ill afford to let the Saints get a late goal. Offhands, it's taken by Hardy. He's got 33 seconds remaining. Here's an opportunity for Taylor. Gets it across towards Burke. He's about 40 metres out from goal. Goes over the top back towards Taylor. Didn't set for him. Now Coughlin an opportunity. The clock is running down. 20 seconds. Here's the kick from McConville. And he's missed. It's away to the left-hand side. He's already got 3. And he's aware of the importance of that kick. It may have been their last opportunity. St Kilda got back to lead in this quarter, but Brisbane have finished the half very well. There's Taylor retrieving the ball. Goes to the attacking side of the ground, but safely. Fidge takes the mark. Pops it over the top. O'Keefe has it now. They've got a loose man, but no time. There's the siren for halftime. And at halftime, the Bears lead 7-12 to 5-8.
And Nathan Burke with his 8 kicks. Second half underway here. And forward go the Bears straight away. Waterson out of the middle on the chest of Edmund, and surely Jimmy will kick straight from this one. He's had so many chances. This is right in front and 40 metres from goal.
Yeah, excellent play then to get that ball forward. And Edmund in front, experience showing.
Here goes his shot for goal. Does it make it? It's offline again. That is 7 behinds.
I've run out of room for him.
So have I. Maybe if he's, I don't know, his surname had 3 initials, they might have left enough room. Well, that's a shame for the Bears, because they by now should have buried St Kilda. And here's a ball up about 65 metres out from goal. And very quickly the Bears were into an attack from the opening bounce of the second half. They now lead by 17 points, 55 to 38. Bob Jones clean possession. Across to Burke. Daniels. Good running by St Kilda. Coughlin. Up to centre half forward. Poor kick though. And Rains drops back and takes the mark. About 15 metres away from Winmar. Back to Taylor. And the Bears work it to the defensive side. O'Keefe.
Top kick from Taylor. Pinpointing the ball. O'Keefe looking for Withers and finding him on centre wing. McIver offers a lead. That's honoured. McIver has the ball pitched just in front of him. He leads back in the race. Well played by Scott McIver. Lost control momentarily, but knocked it on intelligently. Taken by Campbell, who scrambles a kick down towards the pocket. Kappa falls over. Could have almost been holding the ball. Taken by Grant to Jones. Sweeping hand pass. This is Burns. This will be interesting. Burns and Williams. That would be a main event in some places. Picked up by Waterson. Waterson swings it back towards full forward. Edmund again. Couldn't hang on that time. It hits the ground. Picked up by Williams. Williams scrambles it towards full forward. Kappa, a little slow to go. Elphinston knocked it away. Kappa does brilliantly with his body and will get a free kick. Well, he was hesitant initially, but then did remarkably well with his body, Warwick Kappa. Good hip and shoulder.
So watch this in replay here, and he really does use his body well to get Elphinston out the way, and then Elphinston really does the wrong thing. All he had to do was just guard the man, not so much jump on him.
So Warwick Kappa deep in the right full forward pocket. The breeze coming over his right shoulder. It'll be a difficult kick from here. Sends it goalward. It's coming back. Not a bad effort. So it goes for a behind, missing to the far side. So first blood for the second half, posted by the Bears. They got Jim Edmonds behind, and now this one to Kappa. They're doing all the attacking.
Actually, Dennis, that's where I'd like to see Warwick Kappa add another kick to his repertoire. That's the check side or banana. And when there's really nothing on in that situation, why not practice it? And really the only kick he's got, like Simon Beasley that particular day, is only the drop punt.
Elphinston kicks in towards the outer side. Ball is free behind the pack. Brilliantly picked up by Burns, aided by some good shepherding. A good kick into the path of Peter-Budge, who obviously is playing that side of the ground throughout. Has a bounce, another. It carries him down towards left half forward and goes in short, intended for McConville, but the good mark is taken in front by Andrew Taylor. Or is it Fidge? It's Taylor.
There's two blondes down there in the defensive zone for the Bears. Taylor, not too sure. Goes out wide near the boundary line. Walsh gets a push in the back and will take the free kick. Philip Walsh at half-back flank. And that's the side of the ground to start approaching goal. Towards the centre. Waterson. Coghlan worrying him out of it. Waterson did well to Williams. Oh, beautiful hand pass to Rains going past. A long kick. Reynoldsson 20 metres in the clear. 60 metres out. Goes long. Won't make the distance. Kappa a chance. Good mark for Kappa.
Assessment of Reynoldson's was very, very good. Pleasing thing about that as we look at this replay is that Kappa started to go back and then came forward, realising that it was always going to drop short, that is 50 metres or so, and sticky fingers enabled him to do the rest.
From right in front for number 3, he's got it. Bears out of the centre again through Waterson. Running onto it is Rice. St Kilda have made a change. Nixon back on, Jeffrey back off. And I don't think that Jeffrey's been right since the first minute after that clash with Roger Merritt.
True, just taking up a point again of Kappa. After he took that mark, which is a clean mark, why does he fall to the ground? I mean, all you're trying to do is help the young fella, because that's what's been beating him of late, the loose ball on the ground.
Here's Burns coming away. Telling kick towards centre half forward. Offhands McConville. Scrambles at Goldwood. Well wide of the mark and runs out of bounds in the left full forward pocket. We were talking a few moments ago about the performance as we look at Jeffrey of Mark Williams. Great to see him back and getting possessions out there for the Bears. One forward by Reynoldsson. Fidge dragged off it. Back towards Reynoldsson. Had to grasp it away was McConville. Scrambled out of there by Taylor. Only as far as this man Hardy on the kickoff line. Hardy to the pocket. Taylor takes the mark. Taylor deep in his own defensive area. Grandstand side. Merritt controls it pretty well. He's going to get the free kick in any case. He only had the one free hand. The other was being held. He goes looking for McIver. McIver always prepared to lead. This time he's slung out of bounds. Good tackle applied by Grant. That's an interesting duel. Two very accomplished players in their own way. McIver and Grant. Jones in front. Wins it down. Withers in trouble. Grant tries to knock it out of the congestion. Taken away by Burt. Boots it down towards half forward. No one at home. And Rains drifting back has taken the easy mark.
Bears slipping away from St Kilda a bit, leading 62-38. Merritt. Not quite the mark. Campbell could only spin out of bounds.
The Bears persevering too with Rains on Winmar. And Williams, as you said, Dennis, doing a reasonable job in the centre.
Interesting shot of the crowd there. I thought it was fairly warm at 17 degrees. The Queenslanders are all rugged up in scarves after yesterday in Melbourne. This is a heat wave.
Wow.
That's great play by Raines to get it to Richardson. Beautiful pass by Richardson. And he's found Kennedy. To half forward, Edmund again. Nearly. Oh, great recovery. Kick the goal, Jimmy Edmund. Kappa's down there in the goal square. Gets to the front and marks. Plays on and goals for number 4.
Back, it can turn very quickly. He came to that ball like a player who suddenly had refound it. There's the bounce. One down by Jones, knocked on towards St Kilda's goal by Burke. Eventually it's picked up by Rice. He goes over the top of the hand pass to Dwyer. Dwyer dragged down on the active kicking. McConville almost the mark. Taylor and Fidge defending down there. Fidge had the ball. McConville must get a free kick. He was taken high, McConville, and Raines is not happy about that, but it looked to be a blatant free, and Raines wants to be pretty careful. He's having a lot to say. McConville, another experienced player, will get the kick from about 20 metres out.
Interesting decision, that, because he actually did duck as Raines come in, but you couldn't doubt that there was a free kick there.
He was ducking away from it. There's McConville. What's he done? He's got it. The goal to St Kilda, they're 6th. They're 6-8, and the Bears are 9-14.
At times like that, Malcolm, you wouldn't want to stand up in a tackle and you'd lose all your teeth, would you?
But I don't think he knew that the tackle was on from Raines, certainly, did he? He was going the other way. I don't think there was any intent to try and get a free there. Anyway.
No, well, yes, I think you're right, Dennis. I mean, I agree with that. But all the same, I think Raines was pretty stiff with the tackle.
4 goals the difference here, and we have just over 17 minutes left in the third quarter. Reynoldsson on the ball, wins the tap. That's well played out of the middle by Waterson, winning a hard ball. Sheldon, oh, he's caught in the tackle by the New State man, Withers. Comes to Merritt, 60 metres out. Roger goes for Kappa, he's behind this time, and Crawley, who's gone back on him, takes the mark and plays on. So now we have a situation halfway through the third quarter where we get the expected duel between Crawley and Kappa. Towed forward by Rice. Oh, he stubbed his toe. Richardson, a collision coming up here with Dwyer. Well played, Dwyer. He's the man who's been at St Kilda for a while, not the Mark Dwyer who's just joined them from Fitzroy. That'll be interesting when they both play together, 2 Mark Dwyers. Oh, the hand pass from Elkinston went behind Jones. Merritt, doesn't he go in hard? You play on Merritt's, you're going to feel it at the end of the day.
Actually interesting then, because Elkinston probably gave where the handball call came from, and you must call more than once. It's here, 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 so the player can follow your voice when he's under pressure, and I think that's what happened then.
Like a tracking device. 9-14 to 6-8. Still in the congestion. Jones thumps it wide, but it's all Bears. High kick from Walsh. Straight across the ground. Rice leads in the race. In pursuit is Campbell. Off the boot of Campbell. On the bounce across the boundary line. Rice looking pretty tired. Takes a while to get up. Corked. As Campbell collided into him. Right on the boundary line. One forward by Jones. Taken by Coughlin. That's a good hand pass. At the top to Burns. Burns runs through the wing. Squares the ball. Knocked forward well by Walsh into the path of Raines. The advantage is played. Brilliantly played by the 2 veterans combining there, in particular Walsh. Raines deep into attack. Good mark is taken by Grant going back. Grant gets it across to Sheldon. Well shepherded by Crawley. And Crawley's hurt now as Kappa charged into him. Crawley going back limping as the ball is kicked out of bounds on the bounce directly in front of our commentary position. The Bears lead it 9-14 to 6-8. And we've got 15:05 remaining in this third term. Merritt gets it down decisively to Kennedy. Across it comes to Withers. To Waterson. He pulls it back intended for Edmund. Edmund, a good commitment there. It's picked up brilliantly by Carlson. He was carried forward in the tackle. And Darren Carlson, who kicked the first goal of the match, has an opportunity to score from about 40 metres out.
No, I totally disagree with that. I mean, he picked up the ball halfway to the ground, and I mean, I thought it was a tremendous effort from the tackle from behind. Play on for mine.
A bit unlucky for Jason Daniels. Kicked by Carlson, comes back and goes. Off beautifully through Kennedy, off to Waterson. Edmund again, spoiled by Grant. Been a few changes in St Kilda's defence, and away comes David Grant. over the centre of the ground to Bob Jones. Good mark. Hits the ground at full tilt. Plays on. Up towards half forward. Oh, it's a fair mark taken by Fidge, who was a goal scorer for the Bears before Warwick Kappa came up here. Now he's at the other end of the ground. Out wide to the wing. Good lead by Williams. Oh, great running. Legs moving like pistons, Mark Williams. Up to centre half forward. McIver there. Goes to Daniels. Burns, look out. Off to Gotch. St Kilda need a couple. Probably about 3 in a row to get back into this. Oh, good mark again by Fidge.
He's a talented player, no question about that. Fidge is told to play on now. Has the ball up from back pocket. High kick towards centre wing. Contest out there. It's off hands, taken by Williams. At close quarters to McIver. Waterson's got it now. Runners outside. He lays the ball into the path of Carlson. Carlson has it inside right half forward. Goes down towards the pocket. Grant falls over. Taken by Frawley. He's claimed by Kappa, and the kick will go to the St Kilda defender. The skipper held without it. So Frawley out of the back pocket sends play back towards the outer side. Jones in from the side. Knocked away by Reynoldsson. Carlson kicks it straight up in the air. McIver the backhander. Opportunity for Sheldon. Harris there by Withers, held without it surely. Now the advantage is paid. Sheldon was going to be awarded the free kick. Peter-Budge, meantime, runs on to the end of that kick around the outer side wing from Gotch. Now he goes in short, intended for Winmar, and Winmar's taken this mark on left centre wing. Barking instructions as he goes back. Nicky Winmar hasn't seen much of the ball today. Goes down towards the 50-metre line. Knocked forward out there by Taylor, off the ground by Fidge. Back towards centre wing. Bears are there in number. O'Keefe gives it across to Waterson, and Waterson goes towards half forward and McIver.
Beautiful play off to Withers. Inside the 50. Running free for the Bears. Edmund, another good commitment at the ball. Sheldon out of defence. Nixon lopes after it. McIver beats him to it. Hooks back, gets a good angle on that one, but straight into the arms of Elphinston. Off he goes to Gotch. Beautiful pass. Coughlin. Wide here. McConville. Excellent. Taylor couldn't spoil. And Peter McConville, who has kicked 4.
Look at this again, and really couldn't get a better commitment from them, both of them then. And just a great kick, and McConville very, very honest with his hands and his commitment. 4 goals and going for his 5th. He played a very important part in the St Kilda revival.
Former premiership player with Carlton, right on the behind line, off the hands and through for a behind. So it's 4 goals 4 I have for Peter McConville. Warwick Kappa's kicked 4 goals 1. And as a comparison, I've got Jim Edmund. I think I've lost count, but it's about 7 behinds, no goals.
There's the kick in. It's a short one. Waterson takes the mark. Up wide with his kick, and a very good mark is taken over Peter-Budge by Philip Walsh. A fine player he's been since coming to the Bears. Good centering kick too. Reynoldsson should have done better. Coughlin with desperation. Arriving on the scene, one of the best players on the ground today. Mark Williams gets it across to support. This is Taylor, who seems to be going up forward now. He's dragged off it. Socket off the ground rather meekly by Campbell. It comes across towards Richardson. Richardson pulls it up inside 50. Edmund is battling down there again, giving the contest. He got the ball on the ground. It's picked up by Banfield. Banfield 50 metres out. Centering kick. In front, the mark is taken down there by Merritt. No, he couldn't hang on. St Kilda looking to bring it away. Elphinston. Merritt crashes into the pack. The ball spills across the boundary line on the full. Good pressure by Merritt going back in there. Just applying a little pressure, perhaps enough to force the error. Carlson back into the forward line, and it's going to be a free kick to the Bears. No, it's not. It's going against Merritt. I thought Merritt and Kappa were both in front down there, but obviously to get to the front, Merritt infringed and now gives away 50. I don't suppose it matters too much down there.
Oh, look, well, here it is again. Merritt really does use his elbow to keep the player out. You can't do that. But, I mean, he should have played enough football now not to give away the 50 metres. I mean, that's pretty ordinary play.
Elphinston takes the kick and finds Winmar.
That's the first 50 of the day. It wasn't as crucial as one at the MCG yesterday when Manson kicked a goal. Here's Winmar from the centre. Up towards centre half forward. Comes to the back. Rovers needed. Carlson first there. Up and down in the one spot. Well, courage shown by Burns. Taylor dumps it, but goes backwards. Peter-Budge is there for the Saints. Didn't have it. Free kick. And he's inside 50. Oh, advantage played. McConville for number 5. He's missed it.
That helps nobody, the advantage there. The players all stopped, and then McConville has the job of getting his balance back and trying to kick a goal.
All players are geared to the whistle. I mean, every coach depicts to them, look, play to the whistle. I mean, to do that is very, very ordinary umpiring.
Short pass came in from Hardy. He got it to Fidge, and now it's with Rains. Rains, driving kick along the grandstand wing. Merritt worked his way to the front brilliantly and took a strong mark. Looked across to the umpire and said, how is that one? So Merritt has it. Now he's told he's playing on, so the umpire's the last laugh. Down goes Merritt, held without it. He's got the free kick.
How could that possibly be play on, though? I mean, come on, umpires, get it right.
It was the look that did it, I think, initially from Merritt. He goes across field. Reynoldson on a lead, and he's taken the mark on his chest. Reynoldson in the centre square. Little chip pass intended for Fidge, but drifting in from the side. The mark is taken by Peter-Budge. Peter-Budge back towards the outer side. Strong mark is taken out there by O'Keefe. He was surrounded. That was a very good mark.
Played a very, very good game at centre half-back too, Dennis.
O'Keefe, unheralded when he came to the Bears, has been a very serviceable player. Back into the forward line, off hands. Waterson going nowhere. Scrambled out by Nixon, only as far as Richardson to Merritt. Merritt has this ball 60 metres out from goal. Spears the pass into Edmund. And a push in the back is paid. He wasn't paid the mark, but Jimmy will take another kick at goal from about 40 metres out directly in front. I know you want him to get a goal, so you take it from here, Bill.
I do. I'm going to call this one through. He's got to aim at the right-hand goalpost and bring it back. This from 40 metres. Edmund for his first. He's done it! Oh, in the middle, but Burns took it away. Coghlan gets the hand pass out. And now St.Kilda have lost it to Campbell. Up towards half-forward. McIver. Well, that's why they wanted players of class like Scott McIver to come back home to Queensland. Great hands. And usually his disposal, it's perfect. Edmund couldn't quite take the mark. Withers spins out. Somehow flicks the ball out to Banfield. And the umpire's going to ball it up. This is about 40 to 45 metres out from goal. Well, the Bears have had a big third quarter. They led by just 16 points at half-time, and now they lead by 34. Merritt wins the tap, but straight to Sheldon. Pops it out to Nixon. 11-14 to 6-10, the Bears in front. Just under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Kick out of bounds, and Brad Hardy will take the free kick. No doubt he'll be in the West Australian team against the Victorians at Subiaco on Tuesday. Up to half-forward, Merritt again. Big climb. What a mark by Roger Merritt. M-E-R-I-T. Off to Carlson, now to Williams. To centre half-forward, and Peter-Budge has followed him around like a magnet.
That was wasteful by the Bears that time as Peter-Budge drives towards the outer side. Fidge is up in front. That was a very strong mark, and he's taken a few in this term. Releases the ball nicely, gets it across to Richardson. Richardson goes down towards the pocket. Kappa's in front. Crawley flying over the top, and the ball spills out of bounds. Merritt's off the ground. Well, he's done marvellous work for them. That's been the case in each of the quarters, coming off late to be replaced by McCarthy. I presume it's McCarthy who's back on. There's the boundary throw in. Close to the boundary line. Sheldon tracking it, can't keep it in. So a testing time now for the Saints. They trail 6-10 to 11-14. Bears in a very strong position with 5:36 and counting down remaining in the term. This is Gotch. Hand passes to no one in particular. Walsh crashing in there. McCarthy to Spills. McIver, he's been very heady, and again there uses the ball well. Richardson to Walsh. Will be run down from behind. Dwyer gets in. Well played by the Saints. Elphinston comes away with it. Drives it towards half-forward. Big Jones throws himself at it. Takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Gets it to Burke. Burke, good kick. Winmar free. He's taken this mark about 40 metres out from goal. They kick on the breeze from 40, and the Saints desperately needing a goal now. Mickey Winmar, recruited from South Fremantle, kicks from exactly on the 50-metre line, slides across the face. Taylor and/or O'Keefe claiming a mark down there. It's the latter who will be paid, right on the goal line between the goal post and behind post. Now the man, McConville, being drawn back on the mark.
Kick by O'Keefe. Campbell in front. Rice couldn't take the mark. Well, Williams, a delightful hand pass to Campbell, and the Bears' combination is great. Season and a half into their history. Matthew Campbell, the South Australian state rep. What a great run. Up to half forward. Capper and Edmund there, but Crawley beat Capper to it and takes the mark. Back to Elphinston. Oh, he's going a long way back. Nearly got himself cornered there. Peter-Budge is there. Comes into contest. Tapped back by Waterson. Off the ground, Walsh. Good pick up Withers. Threw it out in front. Grant is there for the Saints and forces the ball up. Now the Bears, they get the 4 points here. They're level with the West Coast Eagles, Footscray and the Sydney Swans, a game outside the 5.
Interesting when you look at their draw. We'll come back to that in a moment as Withers is dragged off it. McCarthy over it. Gotch has got it. This is Sheldon. High kick towards centre wing. Up goes Reynoldson, almost uncontested to take that mark, despite the efforts of Peter-Budge, late to claim him. So Reynoldson, forward at centre wing, uses the ball nicely and finds Banfield about 55 metres out from goal. They've got Hawthorn, the Eagles, Essendon and Footscray in the next 4 matches. Hawthorn and Essendon up here on the Gold Coast. Beautiful pass, strong mark. It was coming quickly. We've sung his praises a lot today, but it's great to see this volatile character back and playing well. Jim Edmund, chance to kick his second to go with a string of points. So they're playing everybody around them on the table. The Bears will be able to determine their own future. And Jim Edmund gets a goal.
Point lead now to the Bears. And Taylor works it out of the centre for St Kilda. That's a booming kick. McConville, he gets behind Taylor, the Bears Taylor. Support Dwyer. Taylor's got them both covered. Dwyer centres, misses McConville and finds only Fidge. Well, they're out on the defensive side and they're always in bother, St Kilda. Fidge out to Campbell. Rice came at him. Did that stay in? Yes, the hand pass came in from Waterson to Campbell. Richardson, he's still got Campbell. Good chase by Rice.
Bad football by Campbell. Had to Shepherd having given the hand pass to Richardson. Not sure he's 100% Matthew Campbell.
Well, he's got the ball up towards about half forward. In between half forward and the wing. Burns to Richardson. A lucky kick, I'd say, to Waterson. Kick about 15 or 20 metres. 86 plays 46. The Bears have dominated the third term. McCarthy, former premiership player for Hawthorn. 60 metres from goal. Goes for Edmund again, and why not? This time it's knocked down by Grant to Nixon. Across the ground to our man Peter-Budge. Walsh comes from behind the spoil. Peter-Budge wins another possession. Hand pass to Winmar. And he's had to go all over the ground, Nicky Winmar, to get kicks. He's a half forward. He'd need 20 bounces to get to the scoring zone. This ground the size of the MCG. Dwyer, good pick up. Centering kick, McConville. About 45 metres from goal with the breeze right at his back. So Peter McConville, a good chance to get his 5th of the day. Not a bad looking kick. Just across the face, and Hardy marks on the behind one.
Hardy, deep in defence. Comes out to the grandstand side. Knocked away by Matthew Campbell from Rice. Driving the package, Taylor. Well done by Taylor. Goes looking for Jones, and the strength of the man. He warded off O'Keefe and then took the mark. The mark was almost secondary. He did it within the rules.
Just the other thing with that kick from McConville in, Bob Jones just got caught out. I would like to see him compete for that mark rather than just Bears players. Works very hard, spends a lot of time on the ground, and I think that's the next trick that Bob Jones is learning, is to keep his feet.
Jones, way off to the left. Big pack into the air, fisted through by Reynoldson on the siren, so 3/4 time at Carrara, and the Bears in a very strong position. They lead 12-14 to the Saints.
Winmar on the ball too, which is an interesting move, sure to give them some bite around the packs.
Ball in the centre with umpire George Lawler to start the last quarter. Reynoldson wins to Withers. Merritt crashing through. Rice, kick smothered. Merritt still there. Bang, in he goes. Tunnels it. Umpire calls for it and will ball it up. Roger says, "You're kidding, aren't you, ump? What are you doing to me?" But I wouldn't really like to be the ruckman on the other side to come in to compete with him. No, well, he didn't get anywhere near this one. Jones comes out to Carlson. Now to Walsh. And the Bears into attack. Edmund's been a focal point all day. He's back into it. Oh, well played, Jimmy Edmund. To Waterson. Great commitment there by Banfield, and forces a ball up about 20 metres from goal.
There's also Elphinston gone to centre half forward for the St Kilda side. So Darryl Baldock thinks they can win. They've made a couple of changes that will certainly affect their forward thrust.
Well, the first job is to get it down there. This is McIver running away from his own goal. Centering kick, and he finds Reynolds inside 50. Very intelligent play, Scott McIver. The best and fairest at Fitzroy last season. Originally recruited from Queensland. Always trying to do something with the ball. Reynolds a long kick, and he's off to the right-hand side. That's generally been the story at that end of the ground. Steve Reynoldson. Study and concentration there as Sheldon kicks in, going towards the outer side. Coughlin in from the side, couldn't hang on. At the ball is Burke, well played by the youngster, gets it out to the advantage of Coughlin. He's away and running, runs up towards centre wing, chip pass intended for Burns. Wait! It was set up for him, and he took a great mark. O'Keefe, long towards half forward, pack into the air. Opportunity for Banfield. He left it behind. McIver goes in with great courage and skill. He picked that up beautifully.
Here we are.
Take a look,
Mark. Oh, gee, that's close to Silvani proportions from yesterday.
Far off it. Not quite as good. Couple of great marks though in a couple of days. Scott McIver got a free after crashing into that pack only moments ago, so he'll kick from about 40 metres out. Quality footballer, and he's likely to go very close. Yep. Right through.
Williams out of the middle. Back to Fidge. Shrugs himself.
50-metre line. Excellent play there as McConville does the rest just to assist in the 50-metre line. Excellent play there as McConville does the rest just to assist in helping that ball through.
Mickey Winmar, 2 goals so far this afternoon. They'll need more from him. 13-15 to 7-11. Jones again does well. Spills across to Reynoldson. To O'Keefe, a high kick towards half forward. Could have been interference to the Saints. Doesn't matter. Lowe takes the mark behind after the man in front was jostled out of it. That was Daniels. It's now with Rice. Rice is centering kick. Too much carry. Bad luck for the Saints. Burns was underneath it. And the mark is taken by Reynoldson. Reynoldson inside the centre square towards half forward. Must be interference down there to Nixon. Climbing all over him was Roger Merritt. So Nixon has this ball across half back. Intelligent kick out wide, intended for Winmar. Up he goes, juggled mark, it's paid. So Winmar has this ball midway between centre wing and right half forward. He's one man who could set them alight. Winmar going for distance. Inside 50, McConville over the top. He's penalised. And McConville got his fingertips to it, couldn't hang on. And Taylor had a very interesting duel. Taylor takes the free, goes towards the outer side. Opportunity for Nixon in front of the pack. Daniels picks it up, hooks it close to the boundary line. It could be a relayed free kick. If not, it will come back, I think. No, Dwyer. It's a Saints kick in either situation. It'll be taken by Dwyer down towards the 50-metre line after the man who kicked the ball, Daniels, was put down as Jeffrey looks on.
Now here's Mick Dwyer from just outside 50. Elphinston, yes.
Terrific use of the body then on Fitch, whose aerial work's been very, very good. But Elphinston, as we look in replay, all he did there was just hold his ground and extend his arms, and on the second grab took a finely judged mark.
Well, St Kilda have had only 3 goal scorers. Can Elphinston be the 4th? Yes, right through the middle.
And Jones, again, St Kilda move it forward. Knocked forward, though, by Campbell for the Bears. Grabbed by Winmar on the outer side. Into space. Dwyer is there. Knocked away by Richardson. Dwyer, the better recovery. In goes Campbell. Good use of the body. Pushes it the Bears' way. Winmar crashing through. looking for Dwyer. The hand pass just wide of the mark. Out of bounds, it will be thrown in.
Dennis, that's where you'd like to see Winmar with that spacing go direct to goals. They had a bit of a run on, and just that quick kick to the goal square would have been ideal.
This is Dwyer down towards the pocket. Good kick, McConville. So Baldock throwing his key players forward of the centre in this final term. The only thing really he could do. And for the moment, it's looking good. McConville has been a danger throughout. 4 goals so far this afternoon. Acute angle. It's on its way. It's coming back. It's a goal. McConville gets the goal. So suddenly the Saints are issuing the challenge. They're 9-11. The Brisbane Bears are 13-15.
Fantastic kick then for McConville. And really, as we look at Dwyer coming here to McConville, that's really where Taylor's been in trouble on that leading. In the aerial stuff, it's been a fantastic duel, but really that leading has created some problems for Andrew Taylor.
Well, are we going to see an amazing comeback by St Kilda to get up? At one stage they were down by 46 points earlier this quarter. Banfield, Sheldon. Oh, he shrugged off his man well then to take the mark. Ken Sheldon. So the margin's now 28 points, 93-65, and over 18 minutes left. Sheldon to centre wing. McConville, I've been trying to mix them up all day. Elphinston again. Good kick to Dwyer. Plays on quickly. Another one and really put the cat amongst the pigeons. McConville again. He's kicked 5 goals, 5, Peter McConville.
And Dwyer with excellent skills again, and McConville just knowing when to lead. You'd have to back him after the last kick he did. Of course he would.
Across the face. And it's now 5 goals, 6. Well, I suppose it's possible. There's plenty of time left, and in the last, 6 or 7 minutes, they've outplayed the Bears, St Kilda. Darryl Baldock up there behind the glass with Alan Davis, as Brad Hardy kicks in, getting a lead from Walsh, deep in the pocket.
That spirit we were talking about before in this St Kilda team, in evidence again. Win, lose or draw, they really do fight hard. Through the fingertips of Taylor, he goes back and gets it. Tries to put the ball into the path of Richardson. Winmar's got the speed. Should have been awarded a free kick for being held without it. Doesn't matter. He bounces off Taylor. He's hurt Winmar. He gets the kick in down towards half forward. The mark is taken by Gotch, courageously standing his ground. 9-12 the Saints. 13-15 the Bears. They trailed by 39 points at three-quarter time. The smallest man on the ground, Bradley Gotch, centers the ball. Intended, I think, for Daniels. At least he's got it now, Daniels. Clever hand pass to Peter-Budge, who runs into goal and gets it from 30 metres.
So the test is now, as we watch this in replay, Gotch gets the handball out. The quick kick from Burns finds Burke in front, who took a finger tipper and had awareness to find Elphinston running by himself. Very important kick out of the centre of the ground this time.
13-15, 11-12. Awkward bounce. One forward by Conlon, taken by O'Keefe. High kick towards the outer side. Nixon left it behind. Brilliant play by McIver. He was taken high. He'll get the free kick. He reached in there and hooked it out of that pack, and McIver is hurt. And that's a blow for the Bears. He's been one of their stars on the forward line. Scott McIver. He's got the Quinella there. McIver taken high and earning the free kick. Getting advice from Matthew Campbell, who copped something similar in the second quarter. Now it's McIver then, from centre wing, towards half forward. Capper on a lead. The mark is taken by Sheldon, though. Sheldon 50 metres, standing his ground, and now 50 metres against the Bears. So everything going wrong for these Brisbane Bears. Credit to St Kilda.
The 50 metres earlier on didn't matter, but this one might be important.
So Sheldon has the ball, long towards half forward. McConville surrounded. Fidge takes the mark behind. The last man in the queue. They need to settle the Bears. The breeze still blowing across the ground. That hasn't changed, but the attitude of the Saints has. Merritt drops the mark. Back to Fidge. Fidge goes short. Intended out there for Waterson. He scrambles a kick high back towards centre wing. It's all the Saints, and the mark is taken by Gotch.
Bradley Gotch. Good distance for a little man. Merritt is there. Two Bears spoil each other. Merritt off the ground. Chance here for the Bears. Oh, look at the speed of Rice. He must be a sprinter, Dean Rice. Brilliant play. Back he goes to half forward. Jones is there. Good mark. Oh, play on. Fantastic football. Off he goes to Taylor. Kane Taylor for goal, but he misses badly. Hardy back there. Well, he had a week and took half a week. Out of the back pocket. It's just 15 points the difference, and the Bears under threat. Well, you need a good heart to follow games at Carrara, but it's usually the Bears coming back.
That could have been the one. Taylor on the run. That would have been a real lifter, the way they worked to get that goal. But Taylor, keen to make amends. Sweeping hand pass, gets it across to Sheldon. Sheldon towards half forward. Great mark by Peter-Budge. Campbell's not happy, but Peter-Budge took a spectacular mark. Peter Knights probably can't believe this transformation.
Fantastic finger-tipper here, and he really did just get in underneath Matthew Campbell. It's all happening for St. Kilda at the moment.
He can kick it a long way too. Peter-Budge tries too hard this time. It wobbles down towards full forward. Merritt with courage diving in there. Wins the ball, then gives it away. McConville, leg, play goes on. Desperation down there from Walsh. Tries to get it out to Merritt. Eventually it comes to Fidge. This is Withers. Haven't seen much of him in this term. Withers comes away out of the back pocket. High kick towards centre wing. Knocked forward by Lowe. Diving on it in desperation out there is O'Keefe, and he's going to get the free kick.
Oh, this game has really come to life. 39-point lead to the Bears at three-quarter time. They stretched it to 46, and it's now 15 points. O'Keefe, Jones in front of the pack. Comes to Kane Taylor. Hacks it around the corner. Clever burns to Gotch. On the run, 50 metres out. Will it clear them? McConville back there. Offline it was for a behind. 14 points the difference, and we still have over 12 minutes left. Plenty of time when you consider that St. Kilda need just 3 goals to win it.
And John Fidge now playing on McConville, and Taylor being moved out to Elphinston.
Brad Hardy goes in short. The mark is taken by Campbell. Just over 12 minutes remaining, as Drew told you. As you saw, this is Rains. Rains a rather loose hand pass, but it comes to Merritt. Merritt takes a long time, but gets it across to Taylor. So the Bears with possession on left centre wing. Taylor towards half forward. Reynoldsson is up. Couldn't hang on. Battles with Sheldon, the two number 3s. And they fight a draw. 13-15 to 11-13. At three-quarter time, it was 12-14 to 6-11. The Bears in a half a quarter. Kick 5. One down by Reynoldsson. Gotch has got it. Carlson leads in the race. Claimed by Nixon. Here's McIver. McIver taken high again. And he'll get the free kick. Scott McIver has this ball on centre wing. Very gloomy here at Carrara as the kick goes down towards half forward. Clears the pack. Coughlin leads back in the race. Plenty of time for Coughlin. Gets around Edmund. Kicks it back towards centre wing. Jones is in front. Elphinston behind. Does it nicely. Measures the hand pass. Taken by Sheldon. Wide, intended for Peter-Budge. The Bears have got the numbers. Campbell, the shepherder. Coming away is Merritt.
And a good pass to Taylor. In between half-back and the centre of the ground. 93 plays 79. Just 14 points the difference. Low at the back. Dumps to the front. Well done by Carlson. Off to Rains. Long, well, high, but not all that long. Crawley's there. Drops the mark. Comes to the back. In goes Edmund to apply the tackle. But he got into his opponent's back and gives away the free kick. Grant will take it. Well, they've been fired up by Darryl Baldock apparently at three-quarter time, the Saints. Haven't played like this all day. What a mark by Elphinston. Half-back flank. Nobody on the mark. Gotch in space. The Bears have managed 1 goal in this quarter, and St. Kilda have added 5. Knocking it up near the centre, but Coughlin's got it from the centre circle. To Dwyer, but the kick missed him. Richardson, fumbling. Support O'Keefe. The Saints barreling the ball forward. Coughlin was there, and will get the free kick, and he's about 65 metres out from goal. We've got just under 10 minutes left.
Frank Coughlin goes short, looking for Gotch. Gotch takes the mark as a man free in the pocket. Withers had peeled off, but Burke, who was that free man, couldn't control the ball, and Hardy comes up and gets it out of bounds. Well, a golden opportunity missed there. Saints supporter, he'd be happier. This is Gotch. Plays it off nicely, Daniels. 25 metres out, Daniels was missed by a long way under no real pressure.
Yeah, he really needed to straighten up there, Dennis. He just couldn't believe his luck to be running that clear.
It looked like a pass rather than a shot for goal. He's about 30 metres out.
11-14 the Saints. The Bears are 13-15. The kick in. Reynoldsson couldn't take the mark. Richardson to Withers. This is Campbell. Campbell going down towards centre wing. Kicking towards half forward. Lunge at the ball by Edmund. Spills free, taken by McCarthy. McCarthy goes down towards full forward. Kappa is down there with Crawley. Kappa leads back in the race. Closing on him, Taylor. I think Kappa's got the goal.
Warwick Kappa has now kicked 5 goals, 1, and he scored goals in every quarter. Jones out of the middle. Gotcha playing the tackle. Withers is there, and the umpire will ball it up. Dennis mentioned gloomy. Well, we can't wait to get the lights up here, because if they'd had lights at the moment, they'd have turned them on by now. Big pack around this. Jones still in there fighting. Couldn't win it in the air. He'll try at ground level. And another ball up. 99 plays 80 with 8 minutes left in the contest here at Carrara. And the Bears look to have had it sewn up when they led by 39 points at three-quarter time and kicked the first goal of this last quarter. Here's a free kick to Winmar in the centre of the ground. He wasn't too sure it was his. In fact, it's not. It's Nixon. Nixon from behind the centre circle. Puts it wide. High climb by Richardson. Reynoldson's there. Pulled off his kick. Well done, Peter-Budge. The whistle's gone. Free kick to Reynoldsson. I don't know about that.
Pretty close to being in the side. Reynoldsson, short one, gets it across to Merritt. He was going, confronted by Burke. Hand passes intended for Rains, I think, or Rains' voice more particularly. Rains to Hardy. He loses it, then regains it. Hooks it around the corner. Taken by Rice. This is Burke. Burke down towards the pocket. McConville off the fingertips of Merritt to Dwyer. Dwyer's away, 55 metres out. Bacon goal square. Going back is Williams. How will it bounce? The wrong way for the Saints and goes through for a minor score. 11-15 to 14-15. So 18 points the difference.
You can't help but admire the St. Kilda's fight back, Dennis. It's been fantastic.
Well, did the Bears spend all their lollies in the first 3 quarters? Williams kicked straight up the ground. And a good mark taken by McCarthy. They can stooge around a bit, but just 6.5 minutes left. 3 goals the difference. Richardson out towards the wing. Well played, Sheldon. Met by Campbell, putting him off his kick. Oh, it stays in. Matthew Campbell still. To Reynoldsson. And now to Kennedy. Off the left boot, the half forward, and Sheldon in the way again. And Ken Sheldon's done a fine job in the back pocket. Pass, good one. Finger-tipper, Coghlan. Goes long, that's the way for the Saints to go. McConville in the middle. Oh, Hardy at the front.
Oh, what a miraculous mark as we look at Hardy just drift across the front with the tide. And in fact, I'd suggest that Conville grabbed it first and ripped it right out of his hands.
Well, he had to take that one, Brad Hardy, because he could have almost been critical of him. He peeled off Burke, and had he not held it, it could have gone to the back. And Burke was the only man there. As it was, he gets the ball to Walsh, and Walsh kicks along the grandstand wing. Knocked away by Lowe from O'Keefe. Socket off the ground by Kennedy. O'Keefe and Lowe go at it. Behind play. Meantime, good tackle applied out there by Coghlan. He got McIver down. And the kick goes into Dwyer. Daniels was the man who passed it to him. So plenty happening. Dwyer has this ball. Too far out to score. Goes out wide. Mark is taken out there by Peter-Budge. Now he can run and kick from 50. John Peter-Budge slides it across the face. It bounces out of bounds in the pocket. So St. Kilda doing all the attacking. Really the one sortie forward that the Bears have made since the opening minutes of this term resulted in that goal to Kappa, and that could be the goal to bring these Saints undone. Burns has his kick smothered, comes across towards Walsh, and Walsh was held without it.
And Philip Walsh with a free kick at half-back flank. He decides to go across the ground, slightly backwards to Richardson. Across to the attacking side, so we want to keep possession from there to Hardy. Hardy wide to the wing to Campbell. Matthew Campbell comes in and then out of Peter-Budge. Inside 50, the ball bouncing. Capper approaches tentatively. Edmonds there. Capper with Frawley. And the ball out, but the umpire said there was a push in the back and a free kick to Frawley. And we go to the other end of the ground to a bit of a box on going on, or back towards the centre. And Danny Frawley has the free kick for the Saints. Just over 4 minutes left, and they trail by 3 straight kicks, St Kilda.
Kick to the outer side through the hands of McCarthy, taken by Campbell. Kicks it across to Carlson. Carlson kicks in towards half forward. Capper knocks it out of the congestion. Jones has got it. Can the Saints manufacture a goal? Wide of Daniels. Carlson for the Bears. Clever hand pass. Intended for Kennedy. A little hesitant. Lowe wasn't. Lowe comes away. Back comes Kennedy. Kick comes towards half forward. Some indecision down there. Williams tries to drive on it. Suck it away by Dwyer, but Hardy hasn't his game improved in the last 5 or so minutes. Hardy drives around the outer side wing. Clears the pack. Waiting behind Withers. He's away and running. Withers has this ball forward at centre. Kicks down towards the 50-metre line. Nixon goes back and takes the mark with 3:20 and counting down remaining.
There's time surely running out for St Kilda. Oh, good mark to Lowe. Feeds off the hand pass to Taylor. Up to half forward he goes. Gotch at full stretch. Couldn't take the mark, but he's after it on all fours. Beaten to it by Williams. The hand pass to no one. Daniels. Pokes up the short pass is good to Dwyer. Half forward flank. 65 metres out. Into Gotch. Inside 50. Goal coming up. And Gotch has kicked it.
Wide, chance for Rice. Waterson, who's been a battler throughout. O'Keefe. He's claimed by Winmar. He was going the wrong way. Surrounded by Saints, and he's penalised for holding the ball. Good decision. Taylor's got the free. Now it's Winmar who'll get the free. Nicky Winmar, the clock, the enemy of St Kilda, unloads with a long bomb. Burke is down there with Hardy. Hardy tried to control it with one hand, crashing through McCarthy. Knocked out of there by Williams, intended for Hardy. Elphinston does brilliantly. Tracks the ball towards the boundary line. Knocked out by Elphinston. Taken by Williams, though. Reynoldsson. This is Walsh. Walsh running towards centre wing. Goes for the short pass wide of the mark. A wayward kick out of bounds on the full. And Sheldon, who's been a star in defence, will take this kick. Especially since half-time, Ken Sheldon has been rock-like in the back pocket. Centres the ball. Fisted away from Rains by Rice. Jones trying to crash his way through, but going nowhere. Pushed in the back, says the umpire. Will he pay the advantage? No, he won't. It'll come back to Jones.
1 minute 35 left on the clock, and 12 points the difference. Comes to the back. Burke is there. Also McConville on the 50. He hesitates. Off to Burns. Wide out, but he goes well inside 50. 40 metres out. Hooks back, but not far enough. And rush through for a behind. Well, 2 straight kicks can win the game, but have they got time? 1 minute 15 left.
Well, Burns, that mishandle there, costly. He was on his natural kicking foot, and he kicked it immediately. May have got a goal, but could have centred the ball. Short one comes into Richardson. Richardson comes close to the boundary line with a kick, and Rice has no alternative but to knock it out. Well, inside a minute now. It seems that the Bears have weathered what was a vicious storm. St Kilda have come charging back at them. Full credit to St Kilda, but I don't know that Baldock will be all that happy, simply because you could ask the question of these players, why didn't they do it earlier? On centre wing, Lowe has it to Daniels. Daniels kicks towards half forward. Dwyer comes to meet it, can't control it. Fisted away by McCarthy, only as far as Taylor. The Saints will not be done with. Across it comes to Gotch. Gotch a searching run. He runs to 50. Gotch, long kick towards full forward, carries the pack. Stopped like a soccer goalkeeper down there by Hardy with his foot. And forces are behind as Brad Hardy. Remarkable.
Got McIver in the hands of the trainer. They're not looking too well.
Hardy kicks in. Time out now. 10 seconds left, and 10 points the difference. And the Bears working it down the outer side through Campbell, putting it wide for Banfield. That's the end of St Kilda. Well, the Bears have weathered the storm. There's the final siren. Well, a remarkable final quarter that by St Kilda, where they kicked 6 goals 5, or 6 goals 6 by the end, to the Bears 2-1, and after the Bears had led by 46 points 5 minutes into the last quarter, they hung on to win by barely 10 points.
Barely.
You like it?
I like it. 10 points. Yeah, well, that's quite remarkable when you look at the scoreline, because they had a 39-point break at three-quarter time. Their opposition had kicked only 6 goals to that stage. So in the last quarter, they've moved from 6-11 to